I've known my husband since we were teenagers. We were high school sweethearts who did the long-distance thing, moved out together, got pets, got married, and even bought a house. We have been through so much together, and there was a time when I was madly in love with him and couldn't imagine my life any other way. However, things have changed, and I'm starting to feel like I might be outgrowing him. During the COVID-19 pandemic, my husband discovered that he has curly hair. It was news to both of us because his hair had always been short, so we decided to grow it out and try some curly hair products. At first, I encouraged this new look, but it soon turned into a greasy, matted mess. His hygiene wasn't great to begin with, and this only made things worse. We recently had to have a conversation about the importance of showering more than once a week, which he complied with for about a week before slipping back into his old habits. His family, my mom and I, have all gently suggested that he at least trim his hair because it looks horrid. Think Cynthia from Rugrats or Rick from Rick and Morty. It smells bad too, which annoys me every time it gets on me. Now, he has me putting clips in it, which means I have to rummage through the grease to pull it out of his face. Over the last few months, I've found myself less and less attracted to him. I started noticing things that have always been there but that I can't seem to ignore anymore. His toenails, for example, are nasty and grown out with gunk underneath them. He seems to think it's my duty to cut them for him, and he's waiting for me to trim his toes. He's also been dieting to lose weight, but now he looks frail and sickly. Although he's healthy, he seems to love this frail look, which I find unappealing. Beyond the physical stuff, there are other issues. He never initiates or plans dates. Taking him anywhere requires dragging him along or giving him a pep talk beforehand so he won't ruin my day. He needs to be told everything that needs to be done around the house and doesn't listen when I approach him with these issues. He might work on it for a day or two, but then he reverts back to his old habits. I know this might sound dramatic, but it's not just about the hair. The hair was the final straw that made me take a step back and reassess the situation. I feel like I'm older now and know what I want in a partner. I crave someone who is spontaneous, high energy, social, and health conscious, a gym-loving type. Instead, I ended up with someone who is the complete opposite because I was young and in love. On a day-to-day basis, I try to keep calm and mellow, getting through each day without losing my cool. But some days, I just can't stand looking at that hair and everything else that comes with it. It pisses me off, and I'm sure to him it seems like I'm bipolar or mad at nothing, but it feels like I'm mad at everything all at once if the wind blows the wrong way. Is this normal? I've seen couples who stay together but seem worn down by each other, and I don't want that for myself. I wonder if there's any way to fix this, since talking to him doesn't work. He's a great guy in many ways, better than most, but I just want him to grow up and show his full potential. I understand that the hair makes him happy, but it's not just about the hair. Honestly, he boasts about only needing to shower once a week because he doesn't sweat. I'm not in a place to diagnose him, but it doesn't seem like he's too depressed to shower or anything like that. Recently, he started washing his butt semi-regularly, and from what I've seen in other posts, it seems like some men just don't prioritize hygiene. It's gross. This is a big part of it. I used to be such a different person before moving in with him. I was high energy, fun, and optimistic. Now, I feel like he mentally drags me down to where I'm not those things anymore. I miss who I was, and I can't imagine how awesome it would be to be with someone who matches my energy. How could I ever marry someone who showers once a week? I'm crying just thinking about it. I didn't realize this until we moved in together, and I just thought he was a speedy showerer. Turns out, he wasn't showering at all. That's my fault for not noticing sooner. I've seen my friends get with guys who had serious red flags that only came out years later. I guess I'm lucky that funk is one of my biggest problems here. I think most men are childish, and I don't want to start over with another child and even worse problems. At this point, I think I'll just have to live with this feeling. It just sucks.